Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sherry. My channel is Blue Gemini. So you guys, today we're having a story time. I might snack, I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm probably snack a little bit, but I just got me a box of Crunch and Munch and some hot fries. I forgot the name. I wanted to say Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And then I got my water. I was trying to do this eating like a mukbang story time. I just ate a salad like an hour ago, and I was trying to do it while I was eating that while Eris was asleep. But then Renee got out of school and my boyfriend woke up, so they were just like, you know, coming to me. And my boyfriend said that he wanted to at least spend an hour with me on my birthday before he had to go to work, so I put it off. But Eris is woke and I just put her in there with Renaya, and so I'm about to do my video. I was trying to have a chill day today for my birthday at least. Like, I'm not doing anything, but I at least wanted to just, you know, do nothing. Like, I call myself trying to go on strike, mommy duty strikes, but it didn't work. I've been doing the same thing. So I'm gonna make a video. I need to take my hair out today, so after my video I'm just making chili cheese dogs for dinner, because I was gonna make some enchiladas, but I don't feel like making them anymore, so I'm gonna make them tomorrow because I'm gonna record that. So yeah, after I do all this, then I'm just gonna have a chill day. I kind of was, you know, able to kind of get into the YouTube streets a little while ago. I was up in It's Be Herself's live, but then Eris woke up, so I figured let me ship her off to her sister's room and make my little story time, because I can't do my story times with them because I lose my train of thought, and it's hard enough trying to remember anything that's happened like years ago. So yeah, so these are so good, y'all. I lived off these when I was pregnant with Eris. I need to get more because that's my last box. But yeah, you guys, so today is story time. It's going to pretty much be like a summed up version of my online dating experiences. A lot of people say, I don't know if I can eat while I talk, y'all. It's gonna drag it out and I'm gonna forget stuff. So we're just gonna go ahead and put those in there. Eat those two and call it a day. And I already hear Eris going crazy. Nana, call Scratchy. Just asleep. He didn't answer? Call Auntie Koya. Baby's always available. No, use mine. Use Duo. You gotta you gotta enable it, because I disable it on that phone, so she don't call people.
I know. Auntie Koya's not answering her phone.
Call Red? No.
Reggie's not answering his phone.
Okay, give her a popsicle.
Can I tell them hi?
Tell him.
Hi, guys.
I told her this was a no babies allowed video because they're gonna make me lose my train of thought, but get her a popsicle?
Look at this guy.
Okay, here. I don't want my video being an hour long. Move.
I'm trying to show them my popcorn.
They know what popcorn look like. Get her a popsicle. Auntie, she can sleep. You want ice cream? Okay, go to Nana. She's gonna get you ice cream.
Call DJ.
DJ don't got a phone.
Look at the color, guys. Color, guys.
Okay, here.
Here, let's go.
Take it with you. Take it with you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You gotta take it, and then you gotta put it like a baby wipe around it.
Grab it.
It's too cold for her to hold. Here.
No.
Here, baby. Okay. So hopefully they let me get this done with. Here, you can take it.
I can eat it?
If she doesn't, but if she wants it, give it to her.
Bye,
sorry, but
friends. Bye, friends.
whatever. Okay, but so this story time is gonna basically be like my experience of online dating. Yeah. I online dated for a long time, y'all. Like, I've online dated more than I've ever in person dated. Like, I don't even know how to in person date. That's how, like, it's kind of sad. But I online dated from like Renaya was 6 months because my uncle's girlfriend came over one time and introduced us to Tagged. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. It's like an online dating thing. So that's where it all started, which is a very bad site. Like, y'all, it ain't nothing but a bunch of hoes. It's like the whole stroll, but online. And so I started on there. I didn't know it was how it is, but I started on there. And then I moved to POF, which, I mean, everybody know what POF is. That's a whole stroll too now. Now. But I started online dating when Renaya was like 6 months old. That's when me and her dad split. I was never the person that goes out. I didn't party, so I didn't go anywhere to actually meet people. So online is like literally the only way I had any kind of outside conversation with anybody. So, ooh, where to start? Y'all, I met a lot of people online. Like, it's so weird when I hear stories about like people getting killed from meeting online, or like just crazy stories, because I never had no weird like dangerous experience happen. But and I've met a lot of people. I just had experiences to where it's like catfish is real, and it's like I learned how to decipher how somebody really looked versus, you know, a good picture. Like when I started getting on Tagged, I would like, okay, I'm a sucker for conversation. I'm a sucker for writing. Like, I am a prisoner's pen pal's like best friend. Like, I'm their dream. Like, I dated a prisoner, and I only dated him. I met him in real life, but we didn't start dating until he was in prison because I'm a sucker for words. Don't do that, you guys. Side note, don't do that. Ugh, don't ever date a prisoner. But anyways, so I'm a sucker for words, and I just like to talk. Like, I don't like the physical. I don't want to hang out like that. It wasn't nothing against nobody. It's just I like to talk. I don't want to talk on the phone. Like, I was a difficult online person because people will want to talk on the phone with me. I'm not talking on the phone with you. I'm sorry. No. People will want to hang out. Like, I'm not hanging out with you. Like, I literally just want a pen pal. So when I first started online dating, I would literally just talk to people, and people seemed normal. They seemed normal in the beginning, but then you start noticing patterns of like just weirdness, like weird people. Like, y'all, like I remember I would meet people, like I would talk to people maybe for like a week, 2 weeks, and then like if the conversation's going fine and all that stuff, the conversation would be going cool. But then when I would meet them, it would just be weird stuff. Like either the vibe is just weird now, or like the physical isn't the same. Like, it was like a whole phase where everybody I dated, not even dated, I didn't date these people. I didn't date these people. But everybody I talked to had missing teeth. Like, it was like a moment where it was like no matter who I talked to, when we met, they would have a missing tooth. So it got to the point to where I would tell them like, okay, I'd say like I saw a profile picture, I would tell them like, send me a picture that's not on your profile so I can store your number. So they'd send me a picture, and if they weren't smiling, I'd be like, smile, send me a picture of you smiling. Because if you're not smiling and you're not showing your teeth, that was like my red flag. Like, okay, you're missing one. And 9 times out of 10, that was the case. Like, I remember I met this one dude. Don't remember these people's names or nothing, because there was maybe 30 people that I met. Maybe like 30, if not more. And maybe 3 of them saw me more than that one time. Other than that, I will meet you. Once I get a weird vibe from you, or, you know, you have a missing tooth, or I've had men that like their hairline was receding and they were balding, or like men that like would tell me, "Oh, I'm this height," and then you're like to my shoulders. Like, it was stuff that's like, how can I ignore this? And y'all, mind you, I was in my 20s. I was like 22, 23. I ain't settling for no man with no teeth who's balding. Like, no. So that seemed to be what I would get. Like, ugh. Like, that's literally what I would get. I didn't get no creeps. I didn't. And y'all, like, I did it so dangerous because I would literally meet these people at night. Like, I didn't meet anybody in the daytime like you're supposed to. I would meet them all at night. And it wasn't like because like, oh, booty call. Like, no, it wasn't none of that. It was literally just because I had Renaya, okay? I worked at Amazon. And I remember I used to get off at like 6 o'clock, okay? So when I would get off, I wouldn't always know for sure if I even have a babysitter, because I would never ask somebody like, oh, can you watch her so I can go meet this person? Like, no, I never would do that. It would always be one of those things to where, like, if my mom just happens to say she wants her or she wants to keep her or something, because my mom would babysit her. Or, like, say if my sisters were over and Renee fell asleep, then it would be like, oh, okay, I'm going to go. Can you just keep an eye on her type of thing if she's already asleep? So it would just happen that way to where it was like by the time I got home, by the time I showered, ate and everything, it would be like 8, 9 o'clock. And then I would just be bored. So I would just be like, hey, let's meet up. And so I would meet everybody at night. But I was like, that's really stupid. That's really stupid. Like, looking back on it, that's really stupid. But I would like send my friend their information. Like, she had the profile pictures of everybody who I was seeing. She had their names, all the information. She had like anything that could pretty much say, if I end up missing, this is who stole me. So it made me feel more comfortable with seeing them pretty much. And yeah, it just kind of made me a little more comfortable with seeing them. Because I just knew, like, okay, if something happens, they stole me, you can find them. Which is so stupid, because it's like, what if the person I was meeting wasn't even the person whose profile? But then also, like, I would always do little stuff to make sure that, you know, they were the right person. Like, I didn't video call or nothing like that. I didn't even talk on the phone with these people. I literally just kept it through text. But like, I don't know, I would just ask for pictures. Like, that's not too much. It sounds so stupid when I say it now. But yeah, so that was like the beginning stages of the online dating. And then I went to a stage to where it was like, okay, I was talking to people. In the beginning, I would talk to people, and then it would be like, I would just get sprung super quick. And then it got to the point where it was like, they would do stuff to where I'm like, okay, so you just playing the game. So I turned into a pimp. Like, my pimp hand got strong. Like, I learned the game through these dudes. Like, I learned how to play them at their own game. So I would talk to dudes, and me and my homegirl, because she online dated too, we would literally have contests to see who can get the dude they're talking to say I love you first. Like, now I'm not cocky or anything like that, but I know my personality. I know I'm very like I can be a likable person. Like, I'm very laid back. I'm very chill. I'm very, like, you know, I'm very happy. I'm like a happy-go-lucky, like, not like scary happy, but like I just know, you know, just from working with people, I can be really friendly. I'm like one of the nicest people you would ever know, and I'm super laid back. I'm like a man in a woman's body, so I'm not like that average female that like has all the extra baggage and drama and stuff like that. So when I became a pimp, I wasn't really a pimp. Like, I wasn't pimping hoes, but it was like these hoes ain't loyal type of mentality. And I just learned how to play them at their own game. I knew certain things that they would say would just let me know, like, you know, it would just let me know what kind of person they are. And I would just play the same role. I could sit there and literally play like I'm just head over heels for you, and then go on to the next person's text message and do the same thing. with no kind of conscience or nothing. Like, it was a good year of that. It probably like made me kind of toxic now because it makes it to where I don't really believe everything. But it was just because I wasn't taking it serious. I wasn't taking this online dating. It was like I kind of knew what every man was trying to do and trying to get, and I wasn't about to do all that. So I would kind of make them prove their self. I'd play hard to get, but I'd make you fall for me, guaranteed. Like, guaranteed. Like, almost everybody that I met was like, I love you. I think I'm in love. It was so weird, to the point where I'd have to tell them, like, you don't even know me. Like, you never even heard my voice. I don't talk. Like, you would have thought I was a catfish, because dudes would be like, oh, can I talk to you? Can I talk on the phone? No, I don't like talking on the phone. No. Like, no explanation. No, like, oh, I'm at work, I can't talk right now. No, I would just straight up tell them, like, I don't like talking on the phone. I like to text. I don't like sitting there having to give my undivided attention to somebody on the phone. Even to this day, I hate talking on the phone, because now, you know, I got kids that actually come talk to me and stuff. So I would tell them, like, no, I don't talk on the phone. If you call me, I literally will not answer. We could be texting. It's so weird. We could be texting all day, having a full-blown conversation. The second you call me, I'm going MIA for the day, because I done told you don't call me. I would sit there and send the same pictures. Like, it would be just mediocre pictures. It would just be like, oh, can we hang out? No, I don't want to hang out with you. Like, and it was mainly because I know once we hang out, the dynamics change. It's always something wrong. Either I'm gonna find out you ain't got no tooth, I'm gonna find out you ain't got no hair, I'm gonna find out something about you is raggedy or whatever. And it was like this whole like year-long phase where I was just like, no, I'm just gonna play these dudes and call it a day. So after that, I started dating somebody, blah blah blah, and then, you know, I started back online dating and stuff, and it just didn't get any better. Like, I only actually dated like real I don't even know if it would be considered real relationships. I don't even know, but like to where like my family knew about the people. Besides my current boyfriend, it was probably only 2. And I don't even give them boyfriend titles. I just give them I was talking to you and I saw you more than once titles. One of them we moved in together, but I don't even count that. Because he, like, okay, even with that one, it was like a catfish kind of situation, but then it wasn't, because I don't remember anything about how we ended up meeting, nothing. I just remember we had a conversation. I just remember looking at his profile pictures and thinking his head was really small compared to the rest of his body. And then when I met him in person, I was like, oh, okay. Because y'all, like, my standards were super low back then. Like, as far as like the physical, it was like I was getting so many men that like don't have teeth and are short and stuff. It was like that was my only requirements. Like, okay, you got teeth, all right, check. you got nice clothes, or you're clean, check. You're taller than me, okay, double check, bam, your husband. Like, that's what it was. It wasn't no what's your goals in life, you got a job, you nothing. Like, this dude had a whole 2 kids. I only had Renaya, she was only like a year old, but this dude had a whole, no, she was like 2. This dude had a whole 2 kids, had a pregnant baby mama with one on the way, went to jail while I was talking to him, was accused of beating the baby mama, like had all kind of weird stuff. And our whole little whatever you want to call it lasted like 4 months. Like, literally, we moved in after like 3 months. We got a place together because I was staying at my mom's and he was trying to move from the baby mama's. So our whole thing lasted about 3 months. We moved in together and it lasted a month. And it only lasted a month because I moved. I just up and like, I don't care about all that crap. Like, if I'm getting done a certain way, I don't care where we live. I don't care whose place this is. I'm disappearing on you. To this day, he thinks I live in Vegas somewhere. Because I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. I don't have the patience for stupidness. and I'm for sure not going to be beaten by any man or threatened it. And this Negro thought it was just a thing to do. One day, driving home from his job, I had picked him up, and he was mad about something. I don't even remember what. Mind you, y'all, he took steroids. I found that out after the fact, which explained his oversized body and little head. But, but I just remember driving home, and he turned the stereo off or something, and I was like, "Don't take my stereo." And whatever it was, whatever happened, he was just like he said something to her, insinuating like, "I'm gonna beat you when we get home." Like I don't remember the exact words. So I was like, "Okay, hold on." Got on the phone, called the police. I knew he was on probation. And y'all, this was like years ago, before all this like Black Lives Matter, black men getting shot thing. Like I know that's all been happening, but as far as like it being put out there, now I would think twice about calling on certain things. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not about to get hit by no grown man. What? And I'm for sure not about to sit here and fist fight you. He was like 6'4", 6'5", and like big. No, what the hell? So I called the police and I let them know, like, okay, well, this man is sitting in my car talking about this, that, and the other. I got home, they was there waiting. Okay, so they talked to him. I just knew they were gonna like arrest you and take you away, and bam, that's what you get. And they didn't. So the police were walking back to their car, and he walks past me, and he's like, "You got your nerve." So I was like, "Excuse me, officer." Excuse me, he just said this. And they didn't do anything. They just left him. So he ended up leaving for the night or whatever. He came back. I had a knife sitting by the front door, and I let him know pretty much like, this ain't working. This ain't, no, this ain't gonna work. So then he went to work the next day, got all my stuff, and I moved out. And that was a place in both of our names. And we hadn't paid rent yet. And he had just did something with his job to where he didn't have a rent. So the landlord came the day that I was packing, and I let the landlord know, I'm about to be gone, so you got to talk to him. Like, I'm that type. Like, I don't care. I'll deal with the consequences later. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So he thought I moved to Vegas or whatever. So that was, I think, the only online person besides who I'm with now.
She keeps stopping me from cleaning my room. Can I just clean it first thing tomorrow?
No, you can do it after I finish.
Hey!
Yeah. Go. Stop. Who's she calling? Oh, Taylor. Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, peasants.
I'm not a peasant!
But yeah, that was one story.
I am not a peasant.
I want to say that was my only actual person that I actually dated from online, though. As far as like making like real life relationship moves, I think so. Like, this is how bad it was. Like, I literally delete these people out of my head. Like, these online people, they're like non-existent. They weren't real. So yeah, so that happened with that one. But I still kept online dating after that, and I still was getting the weird people. Like, it was just little weird stuff that like,
Can I have another popsicle?
it was like once we hung out, they were just so weird. It was a dude that I actually saw him like a few occasions, but every time I saw him, he had a bottle of liquor, like in a water bottle. He had liquor. He was a truck driver. He had liquor in a water bottle, and I would just always be like, "Why you always gotta be drunk?" Like, and then his voice was high. It was like higher than mine, and that bothered me a lot. So that one was just one of those, I'm bored, let's conversate type of situation. There wasn't like no potential or nothing like that. Like, I can't think of anybody that was actually like potential that I met online. They were all just kind of like, I'm bored, let's have a conversation, or like, I'm bored and let's hang out. And then it was a phase where these Negroes always wanted to ask for money. It was like, I swear, it was like they all got together and were just like, okay, you guys, this is the plan this month. First, we're going to get everybody who doesn't have a tooth, and you guys are going to go out on the field, and that's who everybody's going to meet. Then, we're going to get the ones who just are bums and dress raggedy, and then you guys are going to go out on the fields this month. What happened to her?
She
one. You just walked in there with two.
No, she still has both of
It's
hers.
okay, just give her one.
No, she still has both of
You just
hers.
walked in there with two.
Yeah, she still has both of hers.
Okay, you just walked in there with two.
Yeah, both of the popsicle she had, they're still full.
What does she want? A different color?
She just wants mine.
Just give her one.
She has 4 popsicles.
Go get it. Okay. All right. It was too good to be true. Okay, but yeah. But it just seemed like they just all planned to like pick the groups of them that have these issues and just all go out there, because it was a time where every dude I talked to asked for money, and mind you, I would never give them none. Like, what the hell I look like? I got kids. What I look like giving you money and I don't even know you like that?
Mommy, no car.
No call. Like, it would be dudes that like say like we were talking for like a week. Wow. No call. Stop it. But it would be dudes that like I talked to for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so. It would be some that I didn't even see yet. Like, we ain't hung out or nothing. Like, and y'all, mind you, I would only hang out with these people just so I know that they're a real person. But it would be dudes that would be like, they would give me the same line. Like, oh man, I'm just sitting here trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay my phone bill. It would just be like that. It would be like, what are you doing? Oh, nothing, just trying to get some dollars. Like, little stupid stuff. And that was like the key word to like, okay, well, you have fun with that. I'll catch you later. Like, I had one dude that I went to go see. I swear he had a wooden leg too. What? Y'all, he had a wooden leg. I know he did. I only seen him once, but I know for a fact he had a wooden leg. Like, he walked like a pirate. Okay, don't nobody want to hear you doing all this screaming. But he walked like a pirate. And I remember I was taking him home because I picked him up and I think we just went to a park or something. And I was taking him home.
Mommy, hot.
Yeah, those are hot. I was taking him home and he asked me, could I get him a hamburger? Like, and I never seen him again. And I know if he ever watches this, like if he for whatever reason ever finds my channel, he knows who he is. He knows who he is. Because he probably thought we hit it off and we were just clicking and everything. No, you never seen me again. All it took was that. I had one dude that I hung out with, like I literally saw him a lot. I would literally drive, like I was stupid, y'all. Mind y'all, like,
Hi.
I was just bored a lot. Like, around this time is when...
No.
Stop it. Around this time is when I was working. I switched schedules with my job. So my mom had Renaya a lot. And she didn't want me taking her to her house early mornings. I think I switched to mornings. Yeah, I switched to mornings. She didn't want me to have Renaya out in the morning, like early mornings. So she would just keep her on my work days. So after work, I would go and drive all the way to Long Beach, y'all. Like, that's like 2 hours away from me, hour and a half. And I would go and drive to Long Beach. And like, we hung out a lot. It was red flags then. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Like, I hung out with him at his aunt's house, which, I mean, that wasn't the issue. We were young still, so okay, you stay at your aunt. But I just remember I was hanging out with him and his cousin. And they were playing the video games. And that right there should have gave me a sign, because I don't like gamers. That's not my... Nah, that's... No. And they were playing the game. But I remember we were sitting on the floor and I was watching them play the game. But we were sitting on their cots, like their beds, but it was just blankets that they put together for their bed. There was no beds, and they were in the same room. That right there should have like been my cue to like get the hell out. I just like the conversation, y'all. I'm a sucker for convo, but I remember, yeah, I remember he had came down to visit me before, and he took the train. He didn't have a car. And I just remember I didn't have Renaya. She was at my mom's house. And I didn't really have food because I used to do fast food a lot back then. Like I didn't never stock my refrigerator. I don't think my sister lived with me. I lived alone. My sisters lived with me off and on. Like they would each, one of them would need somewhere to stay, and then the other one she would screw me over, and then the other one needs somewhere to stay. Let them stay. They'd screw me over and just up and leave. And then my oldest sister was the last one because she was moving. Her lease was ending, so she was staying with me. So at this time, I don't think any of them were staying with me. If anything, my older sister was. But he had came over, and I remember I didn't have no food like that because I always got fast food. But I wasn't about to buy fast food for me and him. Like, I wasn't. So I didn't eat like that. And he didn't eat like that because I wasn't about to sit there and feed him. Like, nah, you a whole man. I'm going to need you to come and be like, oh, are you hungry? Okay, let's go get something. Like, he was buying beers back to back, walking to the liquor store. And that was just so ugly to me. So, y'all, I remember I took him to the train station and I never talked to him again. And he's probably to this day still confused as hell as to what he did wrong. A lot, sir. And I remember it was something that happened, and it was just he said something. It was something I said to him, and he was just like, I don't know, I'm too lazy. I was just like, oh no. I remember what? I remember I got up. My homegirl lived in the same apartment complex, Mommy, and I got up. Mommy. And I found a reason to go to her apartment, and I went over there. Mama. What? Mommy. What? Mommy. I don't know what you're saying. But I just found a reason to go over to her house to get away from him, and I was just like, oh my God, he just did this. What do you want, Google? No. Who do you want? Elmo. Elmo? No. And who do you want? Elmo Goo Gaga. That's not a thing. It's either Elmo or Goo Gaga. No, Mama, Elmo. No, Mama, Elmo. But yeah, that was a complete turn off. So I had to let that one go. A lot of these dudes, like, I ghosted. Like, I got ghosted too. I got ghosted by an ugly. Like, I was so like, really? Because I remember I met this one dude. He didn't have a profile picture. And this was like in the end when I was just like so burnt on these people. I was just like, I didn't, mind you, like, when I talk to people, if you were too fine, I wasn't even going to talk to you like that because I just assumed you were catfish and all that stuff. And the fine ones, the ones that were at least cute, like, I'm known to like the ugly ones. But the ones that I thought were cute, I was just trying to stay away from. What? No, it's in none of them. But I was just trying to stay away from those ones. So this dude didn't have a profile picture. Okay, girl. You really gonna drag my video out, huh? But this one didn't have a profile picture. And so I just remember he was writing me or whatever. This was on POF. And the conversation was good. And I remember I asked, like, why don't you have a picture? What do you really look like? And he was joking and was like, he's ugly. So I was just like, okay, well, let me. I was going through like a personality matters moment. Like, I don't care about looks. I just want to get to know somebody personality wise. And so I was getting to know him and everything. Like, we was cool or whatever. We hung out. It was still cool, but then he started talking, like, he started falling, and he started talking about moving to some Atlanta or something. Like, he wanted to move somewhere, and he was just like, would you move with me next year? And I was just like, I'm not moving to Atlanta or wherever it was. But I was just like, no, I'm never leaving California. And then, like, shortly after, I never heard from him again. But I just remember I was just like, oh my God, this fugly done ghosted me. Like, what? I was telling my friend, like, he obviously had to have died. Like, what the hell? But yeah, that one was another situation. Because normally I ghost. Normally I'm the one that determines, like, okay, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm not gonna explain it. You messed up. That's all I got to say. But when it came down to my boyfriend, so I met my boyfriend on POF. I met him in the end of my phase. I was kind of like not really into POF like that. I think I had just made a profile. Yeah, because I had just split from the ex-con. I had just split from him. And then I made a profile like a couple days later. Like, y'all, I don't do that whole mourning of relationship phase. Like, I get over one by getting into another. So I don't do that whole, oh, I need months to just be by myself. Yeah, I don't go through all that. And that relationship was only like 4 months. So it wasn't nothing to mourn over. So I remember I made a POF, and my boyfriend, he would hit me up. I didn't even make it. I just reactivated my account. Yeah, I just reactivated my account. So I just remember my boyfriend would write me a lot. Like, he would write me for like months before and stuff like that. And he would always try and talk to me. He would always just be like what's up type of stuff. And I never responded because to me, he was too cute. I was like, no, I'm pretty sure you're cocky. And it was just like, if you look too nice, it was a turn off to me. Like, it's so weird. Okay. But it was just like, I didn't have the urge to talk to him. And then he gave me the generic, like, what's good, what's up kind of thing. And I remember I used to not respond to those basic messages. Like, I need you to say something that made me want to respond back. Because everybody can say, like, hey, what's up? And I wanted you to say, anything that can make me just want to respond back. So, because at this point, I wasn't sitting there like, oh, I just want to talk to somebody. It was kind of like, just during my free time, if I was burnt out on online dating. So it was kind of like, okay, if you have good conversation, I'll talk to you. But if not, then it is what it is. So I remember the day that I met my boyfriend, I met somebody else that same day because I didn't have Renaya, and I was just really bored. And I just remember I was talking to my boyfriend. I maybe talked to him for like maybe 2 days before. And because I slept like the night before or whatever, I was just bored, and I was just like, let me just respond. It was like the middle of the night. It was like super late. And I remember I was just sitting there and I was just talking to random people. So I was talking to him. And I remember when I met him, I wasn't expecting to hang out with nobody, right? I was super bored. I think he was at work or something. So I hit up this other dude that I had just conversated with. It wasn't like that or whatever. It was just conversation. You seem fun. So I met up with him, and he didn't have no shoestrings. Let me just put that out there. Like, this dude had no shoestrings. We met at the mall, and I remember it was raining, and I remember he stepped out the car, and he had on these dirty, raggedy tennis shoes with no shoestrings. And I just didn't understand, like, what the hell? Like, what? He had no shoestrings. And I remember he had something up with his mouth. I don't remember what it was, but he had something up with his mouth. And y'all, like, I'm not like shallow to where it's like, oh, your teeth need to be perfect and all this stuff. But I was in my 20s, early 20s. I didn't need to, there's no reason why a 20-year-old shouldn't have a tooth. Or, something, like, there's no reason for that kind of stuff. So I was just like, no. Like, now, if you be real with me, you let me know, like, oh, yeah, such and such happened, blah, 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 then okay. But you can't sit there and talk to me, and then the second we meet, bam, you just hit me in the face with all this stuff that you ain't showing on a picture. Like, give me the choice. Take a picture of cheesing with the missing tooth or something. But this dude didn't do that. And I just remember he also had a Snapchat. It was something weird with the Snapchat. I'm not a fan of Snapchat. To me, Snapchat is like a sneaky website. So I remember that was a turnoff to me. And then I just remember when I left, I just knew you'll never see me again. So then later on that night, I was just bored. I was just like, dang, I just knew I was going to have some entertainment today and just hanging out with somebody. And it didn't go that way. So my boyfriend just happened to get off of work or something. And so I hit him up. We were conversating and stuff. And then I was just like my meetups were always like spur of the moment. I didn't never tell nobody like, okay, we're going to meet up on this day, or, early in the day. Okay, we're going to meet up at this time. No, because something always could go wrong. And I never planned it. It was always one of those on my time kind of things. Like, not like in a bad way, but it was just always one of those, like, I never know until the last minute. Like I said, like, it would have to be like my mom asking to keep Renaya, or her being asleep and my sisters being there, and then I'm just like, okay, I feel like doing something. Hey, you want to hang out? It would be like those kind of situations. So that's what it was with him. We met up at like midnight, probably like midnight, 11 o'clock. And we met up in a public place. No, it wasn't midnight because there were still cars and stuff. We met up at Starbucks. I lived right across the street from a Starbucks, and I had told him like I was coming from a farther distance, but really I just went across the street. And we hung out and we actually hit it off, and it was actually normal. And the fact that, you know, he was nice looking, he was tall, he was actually like the same energy on text messages as actually it was better. He's not a good texter and he's not a good phone talker. Like, I remember I stopped talking to him like a month after we met. I stopped talking to him because I didn't like how he texted. I didn't like how he texted like I was bothering or like giving one word responses and stuff. Nana? But so I stopped talking to him, and I was just like, you don't talk to me enough. Like, I'm a needy person when it comes to that. Like, I need you to talk to me all day, every day, or I need you to at least be excited when you do get to finally talk to me over text. And I just remember that was like our first little argument, and I was like, oh, I feel closer now. Because now I told you, like, you need to talk to me more. Like, but yeah, we hit it off. We had good chemistry and everything, and he was actually normal. Like, there wasn't anything that physically that was like different than how he looked. His personality was actually better in person. So that's like my success story of POF. Now, would I ever online date again? Hell no, because now this world is crazier. I know you got ice cream all on you, but now this world is crazier. Like, people are nuts so now. So I don't got time for that. If anything, like, I don't know. I just always said, like, what? That's not a boo boo. That's candy. That's candy. But I always said, like, if I was ever to get single again, I'm like at that point in life to where I would just be single. Like, I would just be single because I ain't got time for people to be like, what the man. I remember I had one dude tell me to give Renaya to my neighbor to watch so I could go hang out with him. And I was just like, oh no, see, we won't be talking anymore. Like, I've had a lot of weird instances. Like I said, like, I've met a lot of online dudes and they've only seen me once. Like, majority of them have only seen me once. I can guarantee out of, like, say the 30 that I've met, not even 5 of them have seen me more than once. Not even 5 of them have talked to me for more than a week after meeting. Like, at all. At all. But yeah, you guys, so my story time went super long. I blame the kids. That's why I wanted to do it by myself so that I could actually focus. Like, oh my gosh, my hairs. I keep seeing them on each side. But I'm about to go ahead and take these off. Take these out. I need to braid my hair up. So that's what I'll be doing for my birthday, is just pretty much taking this out. So I wanted to, that's why I'm glad I was able to do my story time before, I got pieces unraveling, before I took these out, because I wasn't trying to come on here looking like craziness again. But yeah, you guys, so I don't really know what you could say this story time was about. I guess, it wasn't really about online dating as much as it was about like the weird experiences I've had with online dating and just like my take on it. So hopefully, it gave you guys a little idea of how it is. Like, if you're online dating, good luck. Just be cautious that a lot of people are not who they say. And y'all, what I really noticed real quick about online dating is that the people that are online for a reason. Like, 95% of them are weird and have something weird about them, or just, the profile is something is not 100%. And that's what I learned. Like, I don't really know compared to like real life dating, because like I'm telling y'all, I don't know how to real life date. I've never met somebody and then started dating them. Like, I've never met somebody in real life and communicated with them Like I don't know. I don't. They don't like me in person. Only on a profile. But I've never. The only person that I've ever knew in real life. Well, okay, my very very first boyfriend. I was sprung on him like head over heels in love. Like I used to sign my letters like with his last name. But I was weird in high school to where like I was quiet and all I did was smile if I liked you, but you would never know it really, except for knowing that I'm sitting there with this goofy smile on my face. But I was like so in love with him all of high school because he looked like R. Kelly. And then it wasn't until we got out of high school I met him on I mean, I didn't meet him, but like I reconnected with him on MySpace, and then we started dating. That's how I met Renaya's dad too. Was on MySpace. I forgot to tell that part of the story, but yeah, that's where it all started. Actually, that's where it all started before Renaya. Yeah, I didn't think about that. But yeah, but him, my first boyfriend, and then the prisoner. I met him through my sister's boyfriend. But I didn't start dating him until he was in prison, and it was like an online situation where all we did was write. But other than that, I don't know how to date. I don't know how to go on dates. I've never been to where I meet somebody and it's like, hey, nice to meet you. Here's my number. And we keep talking and then we go on dates. I don't have no clue how that feels. Like, I have zero clues how that feels. Online dating was my destiny, apparently. But anyways, you guys, on that note, oh my god, this video is so long. I'm sorry, you guys. But if you watch till the end, thank you. You are a true supporter. And go ahead and comment down below. Let me know if you guys online dated and if you guys like found magical love online or not. Or if you just found some creeps like me. But let me know. Comment down below. Like, share, subscribe if you have not already, and hit your post notifications so you can know when my next video will be uploaded. Bye.